Good afternoon, good morning. My name is Bishop Donald O'Neill Tyler. I pastor Greater Grace Temple in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's in the 74126 zip code, which is the most help-needed zip code, not only in education, but also in healthcare. In my zip code, you have a 14-year less life expectancy than anywhere else in this state, and we're probably one of the worst states with healthcare in the country. That is not because of the crime and violence and homicides, because we don't have healthcare facilities. Our educational system is really dying. The school in my neighborhood, McLean High School, will have 80 graduating seniors this year. The Vespers will be held at our facility. They have a 57% dropout rate. I've applied twice through TPS for charter schools and been turned down both times. Several reasons that TPS gives, but now they have a lawsuit against the constitutionality of charter schools in the state of Oklahoma, which is totally ludicrous. We are still continually trying to move forward, but our goal now is to go into a private school because the charter school system does not make room at TPS for the help they need. They say they don't need any help, when, as Representative Shoemate has already mentioned, their alternative school has really been in the paper every day because of fights and violence, parents fighting parents, parents fighting kids, principal getting assaulted and quitting his job, teachers not caring, not coming to class, not even teaching, and it also has twice the recommended students that it started with. The McLean High School, which is a few blocks from our church, just recently had a 40-girl fight, which almost turned the school out. I visit Raider almost monthly to visit students that are caught up into critical violence situations in school. Visited a kid last week who really should not even be at Raider because of poor education and no parents in the home. He ends up now in Raider, could possibly be in prison. We're trying to save the lives of these kids. We have a 40,000 square foot facility in North Tulsa, which we built, which is right now probably about $6 million facility that we're trying to use to fix our community. But our hands are tied. TPS, which I feel is a governing body that governs itself. What I mean by that is nobody holds them accountable. So our only goal, because we can't fix the system, is probably to go into a private school situation. Now, this bill will help us greatly because, as you know, the South Tulsa, and I'm just going to speak freely this morning, the South Tulsa private schools have the great corporate money and millionaires down there to support them. And I'm not against that. I think that's a wonderful thing. The problem is the help we need right now is in North Tulsa, where we don't have the funds to fund a private school. I told TPS superintendent, the last two superintendents, I would take the kids that are at home right now. I'll go knock on doors and get the 47% dropout rate and bring those kids into a private school and educate them. Our charter school was based upon entrepreneurship. What we don't understand is these kids are great businessmen. We don't want to give them credit for it, but I'm just going to tell you, it takes a lot of business sense to run a major drug operation or even run some of the things they're running in our neighborhoods. Now, you might not like that, but if we give them different skills and turn that talent into a profitable legal talent, then we can really make some advances in our community. I work now with Funeral Home, Keep Bigelow Funeral Home, which I'm part owner in, which we're now trying to hire youth to get them involved in mortuary science. One of my good friends, who was a former drug dealer, kingpin, is now owns his own line of clothing stores in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A lot of room to help these kids. But we have no hospitals, we have very poor schools, and we're dying with things that most people have, like two parents in a home or even one parent in a home. Working with a group now which deals with the children of incarcerated parents. And that may not seem like a big issue to you, but in my church, I have probably 25 or 30 kids whose parents are incarcerated. Now you think about this, first of all, you live in a poverty situation, and now your dad and mom are locked up, and you got to tell people that my dad and mom are in jail. Now you go to school and you deal with that each and every day. I did a little kidding when I was in school, so I was the biggest kid there, but now it's reached a whole new point. We're not kidding kids anymore and pulling pranks. They're killing each other. Kids are having to pack guns to school to protect themselves from the violence at school. So I support this. I drove from Tulsa this morning to support this. I even read the paper this morning. I brought it with me, how even our superintendent is still in the paper trying to prove that the academic school that he has in my neighborhood on 41st Street will work. And they're going to bring in an independent auditor now to show that it works. I'm an engineer by trade. I can make numbers say anything you want them to say. I can make a report look any way you want it to look. The truth of the matter is our kids are being educated. We have a reading school in our church. We have a computer lab. We do purity workshops. I have kids in my school, in my church, that graduated that can't read. You tell me the system is working, and I'm here to do whatever I can do to support this project. Thank you very much.